I listening to a parrot? Well, I really didn't spend enough time in that ziggurat, did I? I guess if for some strange reason I need to know what a skeleton looks like, I can always come back to this hastily repaired rickety bridge over a cenote table with vast caverns of immense size below me and stand in the middle and ponder how lucky that person was to die there and not drown. It's Maya. The bar is set to how good of a death you can get, not how long you can survive. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit, but I mean, damn, this place is creepy and beautiful. Naturally. Please let this be the last time I have to climb this. This better not end up being the one temple I have to climb the most, or I'm going to get winded very soon. Alright, end of the hallway. To the left, I believe... yes, this. Why'd I ignore it earlier? Can I touch them? Okay, so I have to touch in order from top to bottom. So 20 and 1 makes 23. That sounds a bit off. Okay, recalling a line is 5, and a dot is 1. If I didn't already know the Mayan numerals, Alex's journal listed them. And just no shells, so we don't have to worry about 0 here. The bottom numbers are bigger, generally, than the top ones. Only 1, the 13, is smaller. The number range is too small for multiplication, so once again I am assuming the operation here would be addition. Top plus middle equals bottom. So I need to find numbers that add to be a final result, but in doing so, I cannot reuse numbers I already selected. So if a number is part of multiple answers, using it incorrectly may make something else unsolvable. Okay, can I reset this by being very wrong? The answer is yes. Oh, good. It resets and it doesn't kill me. I mean, this is Maya. I think it's safe to assume most things have a Blood Knight streak to them. Okay, well, I see one obvious one now. 12 and 1 make 13. And because there is no 0 and 12 is the smallest number at the top, there's literally no other way to make 13. So even though 12 can combine with 9 to make 21, I know that has to be wrong because then nothing else can make 13. Okay, that opens up another must-have. The 20 at the top must have gone with either 1 or 2 to get any of the results at the bottom at all. And I already used 1, so that means 22 and 22 must be the next valid combination. Okay, only 2, so this is easy now. 13 and 14 at the top, 8 and 9 at the bottom. The 2 smaller ones are needed to get to 21, so 13, 8, 21. And that just leaves 14, 9, and 23. Oh, yay! There is something in the walls! Wait, I just noticed the top numerals look like sort of a rectangle that's been modified. The middle is ovalish, and the bottom is an oval inside a rectangle. Cool. Okay, so did that do anything? Was the switch the on switch for the God viewer? Oh! There's a spotlight on it now. I think that means it's working. Either that or some part of the ceiling moved out of the way so the sun could shine on it. Now I have another thing to mess with. Whoa, the ball just started moving on its own when I tried to give it a push. Unlike in Egypt, I cannot seem to set this midway. Okay, so skull. Okay, I know the professor said that looks somehow like a monkey. But I still feel it's a clown. Okay, a jaguar. Although the actual face looks more cattish and sort of adorable. Oh my gosh, a kitty cat. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, the lizard. I'm not sure if these map to single gods because I think there were many different jaguar gods. So I'm going to use the animal name instead to refer to these. Human, death, monkey, jaguar, lizard. That for some reason I keep calling salamander. The wall behind this viewer showed all of these icons, save for the human. And I recognize some of these symbols on the stelae outside the temple, except, once again, for the human. So maybe if I set it to one of those 4 and go down. Okay, set to Jaguar, time to take a look. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This means I have to go down the steps and back up them again. And if I have to do that for each animal... Oh, why this cigarette? Why not? Why couldn't it just be one step? Whoa, the jaguar image turned purple. I have a sudden urge to touch it. That sound. That sounded like the sound when I was messing with the god crystals in Egypt, but anyway. Oh, this is a nightlight. So 3 symbols lit up. So the first is a number, 6. The second is a symbol. It's a bit compressed, but it looks like it could be a jaguar with its teeth. In fact, that looks more like how the Mayan might represent a jaguar over that purple image I just clicked on. Like some kind of similar dual language system that I saw on Easter Island with the Rapa Nui writing and the other writing. I'm gonna call that other writing that I saw in Easter Island Atlantean writing, since we're already going on about Atlantis. Anyway, the third symbol is encased in an oval. It's difficult to make out what's inside. Looks like some kind of swirling vortex. Mayans took pride in their artistic style of writing. Perhaps there's another way to write jaguar. So I think I can remember these, but what to do with them? I vaguely remember... Wait, these symbols were on the calendar inside the temple. Maybe I should set the calendar to that time. Whatever this snake represents, her absence from the animal viewer pretty much makes this one useless. Sorry. Oh my me, another set of stairs I have to get up. Okay, here it is. Okay. I'm at the calendar. If I tug on the middle, I move everything in unison. That's good to know. I mean, even though the 3 circles are different sizes, they always align in a straight line right there. Now, as I rotate, I notice numbers in the left circle, oval-shaped symbols in the middle circle, and the larger glyphs in the right one. I don't know if, one of these is the logosyllabic glyph, one is like a standard syllable, or if both are different ways of writing the same thing. I don't know. But at the very least, that's the general Maya for Dummies pattern I can see. Wait, did I just solve this by accident? Yeah, this is what I need to get. This is the jaguar. These are the right symbols, the right number too. I didn't even mean to. Athena baby, I appreciate the continuing luck, but I can handle it now. Thank you though. Major glyph, oval-shaped minor glyph, and a number. Okay, different sizes, different number of glyphs. I rotated around the same middle glyph I started with, but the left and right sides are now different. So if I counted correctly, there are 8 numbers, with 11 being repeated twice, 12 middle symbols, or minor glyphs, and 16 large wheel symbols. Alright, I'm going to still try to understand this and solve this, pretend solve it correctly, so I at least know how to solve what I assume are going to be the other animals. Okay, so doing some modular arithmetic, constantly moving the middle wheel, won't solve all my problem. It will always skip certain symbols. I've rotated this so much I'm back where I started. They are all multiples of 4. Maybe I should try moving something else now. Okay, so the left wheel moves in unison only to the smaller wheels. Now this is interesting. When I move the right side, the big wheel moves the leftmost wheel in the opposite direction. Okay, forget about the whole different numbers of symbols. There's no need at all to care about that. This feels like an easier version of the turning of the Divasa. The leftmost wheel turns the 2 in unison. Now they won't stay in unison if I do a full revolution, but if I go down and then up, they stay in unison. Even if I go down with the left wheel and up with the middle, that allows me to change just the major glyph if I have the number and the minor glyph correct. And the right wheel moves the number independent the minor glyph. So here's what I do, once again accounting for the fact that things desync if they revolve all the way around. Okay, turn the leftmost wheel until I get the minor glyph I want. Now turn the rightmost wheel until I get the number I want. Now, turn the middle wheel up or down by 1, and then the inverse for the leftmost wheel until I get the jaguar. I can do it multiple times in a row as well if I turn the middle the same amount. So that's the algorithm. Use the middle or the left to get the minor glyph. Use the right side to pair the number to that. And then use the far left side in combination with the middle side to change the major glyph. This is the answer. Or it rather would be if the chime of delight hadn't sounded earlier telling me I already got it. But what exactly does it do? Alex mentioned a time-based lock for the ziggurat or the temples with their doors. Perhaps that temple, that jaguar temple, is now open. I should check it out really quickly. Oh, this was a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I added one more trip to my already ever-growing number of times I have to climb that bloody temple. All right, the jaguar one was straight ahead, and that one actually is a bloody temple. I remember the gold door and the jaguar likeness. I also remember the bloody hand. I should have picked maybe another temple to start with. It opens! I'm not fucking going in there. Speaking of which, I would guess the Death Skull one opens this temple up, and that temple's open by, I don't know, I guess the monkey, because the professor mentioned in his journal seeing the monkey temple first, and the lizard temple was being in the jungle, so I will take his word for it and assume that's the monkey temple, and the lizard temple is something I haven't even found yet. Yeah, whilst I'm here, I might as well open all the temples up. Another trip up the large steps. Just get there already. Okay, kitty cat. Let's stop setting the calendar to our birthdays and unlock the rest. Excuse me. Getting winded. Can't keep climbing this stupid thing. Okay, which one first? I should get the blood hand out of the way first. I mean, it's a jaguar temple, which is pretty much the same thing as a kitty cat. How bad could it be? Okay, finally. Finally. See that gigantic ziggurat? I never have to climb that stupid thing again. Oh, I forgot about the skulls. Okay, let's just go in here and get this over with. Alright, to the left, there's Chac again. You seem to have brought a friend. And here, my knowledge takes a nosedive because I have no clue who that is. I'm going to assume either jaguars, sacrifice, or piling up skulls, comma, god of. But more interesting is that in the middle, it's not a monkey with a hole in the middle like Alex said, so I'm doing these temples out of order from him. But he mentioned finding gems and putting them there, and being talked to by priests. More Mayan symbols. The jaguar is flanked by 4 symbols. I'm not sure those symbols even phonetically would spell out jaguar. At least how it would be represented in ancient Mayan. I don't know though. It's a small miracle I even know enough about the Mayan writing to recognize jaguar. Oh, a case. I can apparently mess with it. Change colors and symbols. Well, everything over there is yellow, but I get the strong sense that that is a trick. And these puzzle boxes would probably kill me if I get them wrong because, well, I shouldn't even need to explain why I think that. Wow, even in death you roar. You're an inspiration to us all. Nice! Blood and tables. Oh, this is a metallurgy room. An anatomically incorrect heart mold. Ah, how sweet. But nothing wins someone's heart in Mayan culture like, well, someone else's heart. Okay, so I presume that thing, or whatever thing I need to melt, will go on the top of that pouring vessel that's over that open flame, and it's going to get melted and directed into that mold, and then it can maybe be cooled down with the water in the stone bucket. Yeah, water. Right, water. That bucket is near a sacrificial altar. I bet they cool their molds down with blood. I wonder if it infinitely refills like the water stone in Easter Island caves. Well, if I want to make a heart that I can give to some beautiful Mayan princess and hope she's also into women, then I'll need some kind of thing to melt, other than myself, of course. It's another waiting statue with a sacrificial bowl. Why couldn't he have held something cool like a sparkling jigsaw piece? 4 colors. Hey, maybe these are the actual colors that need to be set on the puzzle box earlier. Okay, from left to right clockwise is red, white, yellow, black. R-W-Y-B. Ribe, if I can try to make a pronunciation of it. Ribe. Let me remember this a different way. From left to right and top to bottom, red, white, black, and yellow. That's R-W-B-Y. Okay, so just remember left to right, top to bottom, R-W-B-Y. Ruby. For some reason, I have a much easier time remembering that. Okay, now for symbol memorization. If I knew the syllables there and what they stood for, I could just remember the word or the spoken sounds. Instead, I'll remember the same order for colors, with some mnemonic. So, from the same order that I would memorize the colors in, left to right, top to bottom, or left, top, bottom, right, it's a bird spreading its wings, a very happy jaguar skull profile, the number 1, and a 2-headed dinosaur being bombed by a shuttle. I'm not saying it's aliens, because they probably wouldn't be stupid enough to bomb a dinosaur. Oh, these flip upside down sometimes too, I forgot that. Wait, was that literally the last symbol I could have selected? Wow, that was, jerks. Oh, I can see the other 2 from this vantage point. I feel like I'm cheating on a test or something. The answers are just right there. Okay, here we go. A golden jaguar head. And gold is a rather soft metal, so the heat in the room, whilst obviously not too crazy, should be enough to melt this. Okay, on the pouring vessel. Pour. Oh, I forgot the most important part. It must cool down. I forgot thermodynamics was a thing. I mean, given everything else that's happened today. I was right. It's blood. Ow! It's still hot. What, no more blood? Okay, when I actually need more than one pour, it doesn't get a refill. Okay, I'll just bide my time. Looks like it cooled down a little. Oh, gee, God damn it. Okay, so unlike in Easter Island, heat actually operates as expected. A bit of water doesn't cool part of a lava flow into stone instantly. Instead, it cools the entire thing somewhat over time. I wonder what was in that cave that made thermodynamics act funny, whereas here it acts normal, or at least somewhat normal. Ow. Well, in the meantime, I guess I could solve another temple, or maybe I could go match wits with that parrot again. Or maybe I could invent something centuries before its time and be a gazillionaire. I could pose as a god to people and be treated like royalty. I could have all the princesses I want. Oh, now it's cooled down. Good. Well, not the prettiest heart, but it should maybe work. It looks less goldy now, but I guess mixing blood in with gold will do that. I don't know. Wait, sacrificial bowl. Well, I mean, I'm unlikely to find a Mayan princess, and even if I did and she was into me, she'd probably want to teach me a tongue trick, and normally I'd be down for that, but this is Maya and she probably means piercing with those thorny ropes, and I'm rather attached to my blood. That's just a personal preference. Everybody's different, of course. I should get rid of this heart quickly. I don't want to marry anyone here. Ah, this isn't chemistry. This is alchemy! Gold blood hearts can turn into glossy spheres of jaguars. That is a little-known feature of metallurgy known as the I'm God rule. Well, I have a gem, and there is something that looks like it accepts a gem. Okay, bracing myself for a telepathy session. I remember how this works. When I was in Egypt, I thought of an over-the-top silly pharaoh, and that's exactly what I got. So, if I want something better, I gotta... Okay, I'm thinking... Tarayatunen, cosplaying as the Fourth Doctor.
We children of the Mays were blessed with knowledge and power. A mighty empire sprang from our works, and great stairways to heaven rose within our cities. The secrets of counting were revealed to us, and all numbers became known, even to infinity. We studied the movements of the heavenly orbs, and foresaw the times when the moon would hide the sun. We turned our spoken words into symbols, that paper and stone might bear witness to our deeds, and in gratitude for all that we had been given, we gave blood sacrifices, that Itzamna might behold the devotion of his people.
Oh. They don't work like that. Bummer.